kids, welcome to Friday, February 5th, and this is actually our 13th episode of the Daily Tip, so it's almost like Friday the 13th. What? Scary? But not really. It's not really Friday the 13th, it's just our 13th episode. It is Friday though. I am officially back from Las Vegas. This is needed more than ever. I will tell you, I had this much sleep. Zero. Nada. Okay, not really zero, but I probably averaged a handful of hours over the span of 4 days. It was an incredible trip. It was all work related. I never got out to the fun and mayhem of Las Vegas because I would just go from my hotel to the convention center and then back to my hotel to work and then back to the convention center to work. But I mean, that's all it was. It was great and it was all necessary, but I am so exhausted right now, and there's so much to get to and there's so much information that I want to share with you guys, and there are so many Ask Angelo questions that I haven't even gone through because I haven't even unpacked, quite frankly. I haven't spent any time with Baxter. I haven't done any of the stuff that I need to do now that I'm home. And I'm only home for just a short while because I'm back on the road for some other exciting things that I will tell you about at a later date. But just to recap very briefly about Las Vegas, where do I begin? There's so much information right here, stuck in here, that I can't even pick what I'm going to get out. I will say this. I was privileged enough to be part of a panel with Kathy Ireland, brand icon, incredible woman, and Michaela Abrams, who is the publisher of one of my all-time favorite magazines, Dwell. It's an amazing magazine. And both these women were so spectacular, and I got to sit on this panel between the two of them, and I was a lucky camper. And the panel was about sustainable living and sustainable design and furnishings and what we're doing in our world, and the people in the audience were people from experts in the world of eco design and eco architecture to people that just wanted to know about it. And it was an amazing discussion, fantastic questions. And if you ever have any questions about how to find an eco-friendly designer or an architect or products, sustainablefurnishings.org. This is a fantastic organization. They don't charge you for any of this information. They list all the retailers, all the designers, all the architects that can give you tons of information. And Jeff Hiller, the president and one of the founders, along with Susan Ingalls, who ran this event, are amazing. So spectacular, I can't say enough about it. It was a privilege to be a part of it, and I had such a great time. Met with some of my retailers that are carrying Angelo home, and that was fun, and fantastic to plan some future rollouts that you guys are going to find out about in the near future, and I'm incredibly excited about. Saw all my new bedding that is completely finished now. It's been in the development stages for so long, and finally saw the finished product. I'd seen bits and pieces of it, but not all of it put together, and that was really exciting. And I will give you details on that in the future, and I also saw my bedroom line. Very cool. Let's get to the tip. We're here for the daily tip of the day, and it's a really simple one. I get asked all the time from people that don't do a lot of gardening or have never started a garden but want to try it, and they say, what's the best way to use a flowering plant but do it in a way where they don't feel overwhelmed or is intimidating? And petunias. Petunias are so incredible. I am a novice gardener, but I used to be a complete green gardener. And by green, I mean never had done it before, except maybe a couple container plants in a Chicago or New York apartment. But now that I live in California and I have a backyard, I totally got in there. And I love it. I totally love it. And petunias are so fantastic because most varieties will flower all summer long, unless you live in really, really extreme heat climates. They're easy to grow, they look fantastic, they're relatively inexpensive, and if you are afraid of growing something that's going to bloom, this is the flowering plant for you. So, petunias. On Monday, we're going to get back to the Ask Angelo questions because there's so many of them. I have to go through all of them. So thank you for sending those in. Keep them coming. And also, it is Friday, which means Super Bowl weekend, right? And I want to know from you guys what you're doing, what the big plans are for Super Bowl weekend. Is your team playing? Are you excited about the teams playing? Are there traditions that you do during Super Bowl weekend? Do you ignore it completely? Do you throw big parties? I am originally from Chicago, grew up there, went to school there, so you do know that my team is nowhere near the Super Bowl. The Chicago Bears are not even in the neighborhood of the Super Bowl this year. But that's okay. I actually went to a Bears game a couple of months ago in Chicago, froze my butt cheeks off, but it was worth it, and they lost. Of course they lost. We're not going to talk about it. But what we are going to talk about on Monday is not only more daily tips, we're going to get to the Ask Angelo questions. As a matter of fact, that's my phone. As a matter of fact, we're going to do 2. Until then, have a fantastic weekend. I've got to grab that. I'll see you on Monday.